Yo, what's going on, guys? Hanging Hunt Outdoors here. My name is Dimitri, back with another video. Today's video, we're going to be going over the Stan Onnex C. This is the clicker, and this is also the heavy metal, if you couldn't tell from the hardcore brass that we got going on. But basically, this is a thumb button release that has a clicker in it. Alright, so I have to put this back here because this is where my microphone is so you guys can hear this, but it's a thumb button, and basically you push and you hear a little click, and then once you get to that click, that's your wall, and that's how you'll know that the release is about to go off. Then you just give it a little bit more pressure, and then right there it fires. So it's a really clean release, like all of Stan's release. The trigger is super clean. There's basically no play in it. Once you get to that click, it's just fire after that. There's no wiggle in it, which is really nice. Let's go ahead and run this through the shot trainer. On the last video we made it about the shot trainer, I got a lot of good feedback about that video. It performed pretty well. We had a lot of questions about what it looks like to actually use the release with the shot trainer. So let's go ahead and get into that right now. Alright guys, so this right here is the shot trainer set up on my bow. It's very simple. I'll just go ahead and click the release. Then we go ahead and we get it set up on the D-loop, just like so. So I'll just go ahead and pull this until it hooks over on the D-loop. That's my release right there. We go ahead, we'll get anchored and set up. And then the beauty of this shot trainer now, let me back up a little bit, is that I can actually go through my full shot execution. You can practice getting the level in, and you can actually aim with your pin. Now, you don't have a peep sight that you can aim with, but you can still, if you shoot with both eyes open, you can still see your pin very clearly, and you can see your level very clearly. And you can actually train leveling your bow, and you can train your shot execution, which is really nice about this shot trainer. And you can use it with your actual bow, with your actual grip. This is actually really good for testing your stabilizers too, because you can work on pulling, getting back into your anchor, and just seeing how well your bow naturally levels itself. And the shot breaks. Super clean, works pretty well. It's so versatile, the shot trainer. You can do a lot of stuff with it. My personal favorite thing to do with it is to test out new releases before I actually pull my bow back with an arrow in it, because you never know if it's something that you're not used to. You don't want to send an arrow where you don't want to. So I think this is a great product for that, as well as figuring out your bow, figuring out your levels, figuring out your stabilizers, everything like that. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and take the shot trainer off. I like how this is set up right now. It's a little bit light, so I might just have to adjust the tension of the actual thumb button as I go, and we'll go from there. Alright guys, so I have the target set up down there with my camera rolling, getting us a shot of it. It's been rolling for a while now, so I'm going to have a lot of editing to do. But basically we're just going to take 3 shots, or I'll take 2 shots with what I'm used to right here. This is a Scott Ascent Micro. Now just an FYI, this one is the stainless version. It's like their heavy metal, and this thing feels significantly lighter than this thing. This thing is super heavy. It's all brass, which kind of makes sense. But yeah, we're gonna give 2 shots with this, and we'll swap over to the Stan, give it 2 shots. Looked pretty good. Let's give it another one. Pretty good. I forgot how hot I had this release set to, because I've been doing a lot of practice with this on the shot trainer. I haven't taken an actual shot out of a bow with it, but I've taken a lot of shot trainer shots with it. And swapping over back to this just kind of throwing me in a loop here. That one felt pretty good. Let's go check out the group down there and see what we got. Alright guys, pulled my arrows, seemed pretty good. I'm a little left with the stand, but we're going to go ahead, give the stand a few more shots. We're going to shoot a 5 arrow end here, see how we do, again with the stand. That one felt pretty good. One broke left. Not my greatest shot right there. That one felt pretty good. That one broke really clean. Alright guys, so I don't think I could possibly shoot a tighter group than those 4 arrows that were down there. So I'm super pleased with that. The only thing is that they are a little left from where my Scott Ascent Micro is impacting. So what I'm going to do now is just to verify that, I'm going to take 5 more shots with my Old Faithful release. And then I'm going to go ahead and do another 5 shots with the stand release. See where things are going, see if I can keep those groups consistent, and if I can, then I think this stand Onnex is winner. That one could actually be really bad. I'm not sure where that one went. Sounded like some arrow to arrow contact down there. Okay, let's go check out that group, see how we did. Alright guys, so that was a killer group, all in the 10 ring. Just keep in mind, this is the release that I have been shooting for a very long time. A little over, I'd probably say, maybe even 2 years now I've been shooting this thing. So keep that in mind. Now we're going to go ahead, swap over to the stand Onnex C. We're going to give it another 5 arrows. That one felt a little floaty for me. That was some arrow on arrow contact down there. Just a little tip for you guys, if your knock feels a little weird going on the string, always double check it. Always double check, because you never know. It could be that, yeah, your arrow nicked the knock a little bit. You could have a cracked arrow shaft back here by the base of the arrow where the veins are. And if you don't check and you shoot, there's a pretty good chance that you could potentially like dry fire your bow even though there's an arrow in it. Or you could shatter an arrow and send a bunch of carbon through your forearm. So always be careful and double check that. Let's go check that out, see how our group was. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take one more group, see really how it feels, how I like it, and then give you guys my honest feedback. That one felt really nice. Alright, so that's another 5-arrow group. Let's go see where those impacted. I'm gonna say that I'm pretty happy with those groups. Keep in mind, those 3 rounds that I showed of me shooting this release, the 3 5-arrow rounds, those are my first arrows out of this release. Now, I did take a bunch of practice shots, like I was saying, with the shot trainer. I had this set up and I was really practicing on the trigger and dialing it in how I liked it. But honestly, for those being my first groups and then being just slightly worse, and by slightly I mean like I'm talking maybe a ½ inch bigger of a group than the release that I've been shooting for the last 2 years, I'm gonna say that I shot it well. So yeah, I'm keeping this. I'm gonna practice a lot with it, and I'm gonna get back to you in a few months once I put an absurd amount of arrows through it, and give you my feedback then and tell you what I think about it then. If you guys liked the video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. If you guys are liking the content that we're putting out on the channel, make sure you subscribe. If you guys are interested in the shot trainer, make sure that you go check out my previous video that I posted on the channel. It basically goes over how to set this thing up on your bow. If you guys want to pick one up, make sure you check out the link in the description below. You'll head over to our website, you'll be able to pick one of these things up. Also too, if you guys want to support the channel, one of the best ways you can do it is obviously by either buying our products or picking up our merch. You can pick up hats just like this, you can pick up shirts that say Hanging Hunt Outdoors on them just like this, and sweatshirts in a variety of different colors. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you head over to our website if you want one of these. We'll catch you in the next one, guys. Ciao.